Hey and welcome to Tech Tips everybody, with me Jacob. Today we have an episode about the mobile editor from Premiere, and we hinted at it. We went to the IBC in Amsterdam and we're gonna go through and see what it can do. So it is a free app from the App Store. I can link the little QR code right here so you can. We're just gonna go through how easy it is to use. It is a free app, but if you have your regular Photoshop subscription, you get a little bit of extra features, and then there's another pay for services part of it as well. But the main editor is free and it's very easy to use. So you just go plus and say I want to use this one and this one, two of these files. They'll pop in the timeline down here. So you have a clip right there, and you have a couple of functions you can do here. If you push the little the toggle with your finger, or you can press this button up here, which lets you jump to the next clip or to the beginning of the clip, to the next cut. And if you jump again, you hop to the next one. And you can see in the end here you have a little toggle that you can pull back and forth to cut your transitions or change your transitions. So in this case I have a recorded audio file on one of them and the video on the other. You can layer your clips on top of each other by just grabbing a hold of one and pulling it on top of the other. This project is in the vertical mode. And if you want to zoom in, you just pinch with your fingers to zoom in and out, and you can move, and then you can move the clip around by holding your finger on it and just lifting it around. And if you don't have enough room to look at what you're doing either on the screen you're watching, you can pull this up and get all your layers, or pull this toggle down and you can actually see all of the parts of your timeline. You can pull the toggle at the end of the clip here to trim your clip in or out to make your cuts and trim it. You also have the option of going frame by frame up here next to the play function. You can put your line where you want to make a cut by pressing the split button in the bottom to cut the clip, and then mark the unwanted part and press the delete button in the bottom. If you're making edits for social media, it is perfect to edit in vertical mode and very convenient to do so on your phone. So if you're in the car going between locations, for example, you film something, you want to make a little bit of a clip reel on the go, super easy just to do this. But again, everything you do on a phone is a little bit fiddly because it is the size of the screen is only this big. But compared to dragging your laptop around to try to do this when bouncing around in the car or something like that, this is much easier, or more convenient at least. So far we've cut a little mini sequence in. We are dipping this action camera into the water to see how well it fares under the water, and then going above the surface and shooting slow-mo at this speedboat going by. And this is the beauty of having action cameras who are waterproof. You can really do anything you really want. Alright, so we have a little bit of a cut sequence there with terrible audio. I will put my finger on the bottom clip to adjust the audio on that clip, and I swipe to the side to get to the audio settings. We are going to go into enhanced speech, pull up the toggles for speech enhancement and background noise. Going to have a listen. Action camera into the water to see how well it fares under the water, and then going toggle it on and toggle it off. Above the surface and shooting slow-mo at this speedboat going by. And on again. And this is the beauty of having action cameras who are waterproof. Let's adjust the levels a little bit and listen again. Proof, you can really do anything you really want. Alright, so let's go back, listen again. We are dipping this action camera into the water to see how well it fares under the water, and then going above the surface and shooting slow-mo at this speedboat going by. And this is the beauty of having action cameras who are waterproof. Shouldn't talk at the same time. It really lifts up the audio level of the speech, so try to clean it up a bit. And I deliberately just did it on a microphone that isn't great, so if I had a live microphone and a quieter environment, you know, obviously it'll be a bit better. But I figured if I do it in a worse audio, you can see how the effect works. And that's not the only thing you can do here. You can do, you can extract the audio, just send it out straight, just take away the video part. And you can adjust the brightness and contrast and such. Oh, now I'm on the wrong clip, sorry. Doesn't help to do it on the voice part. So if I do it here, do freeze frames, rewind. I hold a bunch of different settings here. You can do pre-made looks, so make it more vivid, make it darker, warmer. So you have a little bit of a few presets here that you can just put in straight on top of it, and you can just make those looks happen and the intensity of the looks compared to the original. Add some effects on it like so. Go back, none again. So you see, you can adjust your speed, you can reverse it, you can freeze frame it, and you can flip them for example, if you shoot your video with the phone one way and then sometimes your text in the background or something like that could be flipped. So if you needed to flip your video, or if your boat is going one way and then your other B-roll is going the opposite way, you can flip them so they're going the same direction, for example. So that's really handy that you have that in there, like so. It does have a couple of other things you can add, which makes it a bit more special. It connects to the Adobe stock, and you can also generate your own images and stickers and images to video. So if you have an account like I have right now, and I add a stock, let's just search for something, boat on water, boat on water, search. Then a whole bunch of boats come up, and you can see that some of them are marked with Adobe stock, so you have to have the subscription for those ones to actually get that stock footage out. But some of the images are free without the watermark. Add image. We're gonna mark the image and place it on the top layer. We're gonna highlight it and position it where you want it. So we generated the same image instead. Boat on water, boat on water. Generating. There. So say I like that image right there, use that image. We're gonna mark the image and place it on the top layer. We're gonna highlight it and pinch to zoom and position it where you want it. Take the image just for an example. Also, before I said that there were some functions that you can add to it, so you can actually get with subscriptions, because mainly it's free, but if you want to add extra things, down here, if you use 1 credit, so it says down here that you have 275 credit to use within a month, and that will reset in the next month. You can also then buy the subscription as either 1,000 Swedish crowns a month or 99, so that translates to right down here in dollars. But then you get the generate images as much as you need to. 275 ones for the month, so if you're not using more than that, free is fine. X, and then go back out again, X. So you see, so far we have added images and all these things. You can also add music to it and sound effects and voiceover, so you can record a voiceover straight to the phone into the timeline here, if you don't want to record it on a video first, like I did. You can add music from your library as well. So, I don't have a library on this phone. You can take it from your files. You can extract audio from something else and then generate the sound effects. Then it's the same thing, you search for what kind of sound effects you want and it'll generate it for you or find it. So you get the entire Adobe library that you can actually access, which makes it very, very convenient, because you actually have everything right in the phone. You don't have to have an extra library on your Dropbox or on your phone with downloaded things. You have everything inside the app that you can use and generate. So you really can be on the go without having a whole bunch of extra videos and audio and pictures. You can just generate them right in here, which makes it very, very handy. And of course, you can't do a reel without having some graphics. So if you put in the graphics here, so you can add titles and captions, so you can have them going in as well. So we say boat on the water, there. You can see it comes up in the top here. You can edit the text, you can edit the styles. I have some pre-made styles here. So if you have with the white border behind it, you wanted to have it see-through, you have to have it thick or white text. Maybe we do that one anyways. There. You can change the fonts, maybe chalk dust. No, I like the first one better. Undo. There. Okay, so there you have your graphics you can put in as well. You can do, we're gonna push auto generate captions or subtitles as they're also called. And then you can see what we're saying here. But that means we have to move this text up like so. And then we can make this one bigger. You can zoom in on your timeline to see what you're doing. You can also adjust the length of the graphics to cover the entire timeline. So you can do a whole lot of editing in this little phone app. It's very convenient that you can actually pull and drag up and down the timeline so you can get in and see where you're touching. It's a little bit fiddly always on a phone because that's just how the nature of having a phone editor is. But you can actually do quite a lot in it. And I love that you can have the stock footage and generate images and generate captions in it as well, which is a very good thing, and all your graphics and such. So you can really do a full reel in your phone with just what you have on the phone. You can airdrop it from your computer, for example. If you need images from an actual proper camera, pull them in here and you can edit them anyways. So you don't have to only use the built-in camera on the phone itself, because it's not always degraded. So maybe if you have a bigger camera, you can drop it over Dropbox or AirDrop, like I said, to edit it in the phone right here. So very, very handy indeed. I love that you can also adjust a little bit of the audio, enhance it a little bit, and add your voiceovers inside of the app. So you really have a full-blown editor in here. You can transfer this over to your desktop as well if you want to do some more fine tuning or having the tools that are in the desktop that isn't in the phone app. That also works as well. So you just push up on the top, either just export the entire video or you export it to the desktop beta like here. So you just send the project to your editor as well instead. So very handy. It is quite a little powerhouse, and I was very excited on the IBC when we saw it the first time. So I'm very glad I got my hands on it, and now you guys have seen it as well. And once again, I'll link the link below so you can find where it is and test it out for yourself. So once again, also free to use, but if you want the extra features, there's a little bit of a payment, and just set up an Adobe account and you can get your credits as well. So if you already have the other ones, then this is just a bonus, but it's still free to use. You just lose a couple of the generating images tools in it. So if you don't need them, completely free. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.